Well, hey everybody, this is Parker from Games for Youth Ministry by YM360, and today we are looking at a game called Stop the Clock, 3 Thumbs Up. It's actually part of a series of games called Stop the Clock, and the idea behind all the Stop the Clock games are that there's a countdown clock and students have to figure out a way to stop it. The cool thing is with every version of this game, it's a different way to stop the clock. So this one involves 3 USB keys or little thumb drives. That's where you get the name 3 Thumbs Up. There's other ones that we're going to come out with that involve clapping, motion sensors with the camera on your laptop, and all sorts of stuff. One where you have to play a flute into a microphone, and that will stop the clock. But the cool thing is, what you do is you set this up and you tell students that they have X number of minutes to go figure out how to stop this clock, and you hide clues either in your entire church and have them do kind of a scavenger hunt thing, or you can do a thing where you kind of like one of those escape rooms where you lock them in a room with a bunch of puzzles and clues and lock boxes, and they have to figure out the clues and unlock everything and find these USB keys and plug them into the computer. So before I show you how the game actually works, I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about the setup here. The way this one works, again, 3 thumbs up. It involves 3 flash keys, and they can be any kind of thumb drive that you have. Does not matter what they are, what's on them. I recommend getting some. I found one, I think it was like $20. It came with 5 of them, and as long as they can plug into your computer, that's all you need. You don't need to put anything special on them. You don't need to format them in any special way. As long as your computer can read the flash drive, the app will also read it. And you also need to get some kind of USB hub. I had got one, I think it was like $5-10 on Amazon, and it's just a little 3-port USB hub, and it's plugged into my computer, and then it just kind of sits there, and the students have to find a key. They plug it into the USB hub, and then you'll see what happens when we do that. So that's pretty much it for the setup. You can set up your own time. I have this one set to 15 minutes, and I'll show you what that looks like once we start the clock. And then that's pretty much it. It's really simple. So in a practical sense, what I would do is on our Sunday night event, I would tell our students, hey, we hid 3 USB keys around the church, and here's a set of clues in these envelopes, and you have to find them, and once you find them, bring it back and plug it in, and you have to get all 3 of them and stop the clock before it ends. So ready, set, go. So what you do is just hit the space bar. There it is. So that's going to count down, and you're going to have to get those keys. So you can see that the 3 little knobs at the top, those are going to slide over when you plug a USB key in. So I'm going to say like I found one, I'm going to plug it into one of the ports. It doesn't matter which one. And it takes a second, then all of a sudden it'll scoot over because it recognizes you have a key plugged in. So I find the other key and I plug that one in. And that one scoots over. Then finally when they find the 3rd key and they plug that one in, and maybe the countdown gets a little more intense because it gets down to the minute, and I'll show you what that looks like in a second. And they stop the clock, and we did it in 38 seconds, so that was pretty cool. If you want to restart it, just press the space bar or the R key, and it'll just restart the whole clock all over again. So if you want to hide different keys, or maybe a different set of clues for a different set of keys, you can just hit a button, and it'll start the countdown clock all over. Oh, I still have my keys plugged in, so you want to pull those out. There we go. So now what we're going to do is I'm actually going to quit out of this window right here, and we're going to look at this. So we have it set to a 15-minute timer. You can set it for hours if you want to. If you want to do if you're doing like a lock-in event, this would be a really fun thing to have continuously all night during the lock-in on the screen with a countdown and make it really difficult for people to stop the clock. You can also do a count up clock. So if you set this to 0 or you just set it to nothing, it will count upward, and there's no time limit there. The fun thing is when you get down to like 30 seconds, so we'll start at we'll do a 32-second timer, and we'll do launch. And you'll kind of hear
30 seconds remaining.
So it gets really intense, and they're trying to figure out how to find this key and plug it in, and everyone's going crazy. And when it gets down to about 10 seconds, the alarm gets a lot louder and more intense. So we'll see what that looks like. Here we go.
10, 9, 8, 7,
Very annoying.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And they failed. And again, if you want to start this over, you just press the button, spacebar, and it'll start the clock all over again. If you need to pause the clock for any reason in the middle of it, pressing the spacebar will also pause it. So
30 seconds remaining.
There we go, and it stops at 30 seconds. And then if we want to start it over again, we should hit the space bar. So this is Stop the Clock, 3 thumbs up. I give this one 3 thumbs up because it's so fun. Look out for the other ones that are coming out in the series. Again, there's going to be one where you have to play a flute. There's going to be ones that are motion sensor or motion capture things. So it's going to detect if a student is standing in front of the camera or not. So a lot of cool stuff. If you have any suggestions for a game that could fit this series, let me know. I would love to see if I could make it into a thing. Other than that, keep checking out all of our other games and let us know how you guys are using them. And this is Parker from Games for Youth Ministry, where we make games so good they are really good.